Okay, back today to show off the Miller meter, early Duncan Miller Model 50 timing mechanism that is going on eBay here on the 17th of November, I think. Yeah, I'm putting it on so that it ends on Thanksgiving. So, this is one of the older ones. First off, you can clearly tell Miller meter instead of Duncan Miller. Number of other features that show that it's an old one. Most importantly, the left to right countdown and the fact that it is 120 to 0 instead of 2 hours to 0, and it actually still says Miller meter instead of Duncan Miller then. The flags, let me zoom up there, flags are adjusted well, violation, which may be a replacement, as mentioned. It's just in too good a shape compared to the expired, which is pretty faded. But those both work great. You don't have any of it where it's, sometimes you have one where it'll just peak up a little bit like that when it gets there. The pin isn't bent or anything, so that's good. A little bit of wear on the coin strike plate and, of course, on the handle there where people's fingers have been. On the inside, this does have a few different things. So look at the end of that coin transport mechanism. It's got that weird hook. I have no idea why that's even there. It's the first one I've seen like that. We have a brass winding wheel instead of an aluminum one. Coin transport mechanism otherwise is basically the same as any that you may have seen before, and all of the coin rings are in there correctly as you'd expect. Everything is holding together just fine here with the springs, a little bit of a rusty spring there, but it's as clean as I could get it. And these two and their little spring that holds the flags together is working out just fine. No coin catcher on this, and as mentioned, the window does come with it, but it's got the old glue on it. You'll probably want to try to clean that up. So, flipping her over before we put some coins in it. Actually, let's do the coins first. So, start out with penny. Registers well, and there we go, 12 minutes. This should push us to an hour, well, to 72 minutes. One moment, I gotta hold it here. Oh, look at that, 72 minutes, right on. And then the dime, just to show that it catches, we'll do it, but it'll just push us to 120 catch there. And there we are. All your money back. And we're at 2 hours now. Flipping her around. This was not only, as I mentioned, I call this one the demon mechanism in the eBay listing because it just would not clean up. I did everything short of tearing it apart at first, and I just couldn't get it to run more than 5 minutes without stopping. Then you can see in that last picture on the listing, I tore it all the way down, cleaned absolutely everything. There's a little bit of rust in the end of some of the little pips that are in the end of the axles, cleaned that up, got a nylon brush and got all the little holes brushed out, the ends of all the axles cleaned up, got the gunk out of the main wheel and the main spring there, put it all back together, and it would still stop. Usually around 48 to 36 minutes it would stop, then you'd restart it, and then sometimes it would stop again. I continued to put full turns on the mainspring until it was getting through most of the time, and then more oil, just continued oiling all of the little oiling spots and the ends of the balance wheel until it finally runs all the way through. The other thing that we have now with this is nice, even action. You can see it's not sluggish at all, either on the bottom or the top of the action there. And that's nice because before it would kind of go tick, 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 and eventually one of those wouldn't make it and it would stop. So it's as good as I can make this thing. This hairspring is a tad wonky. You can see how it kind of compresses itself, unlike other ones that I've seen that have a little more even action, but it works. It runs all the way down. That's about all I can tell you. Other things, somebody did write that there, some sort of reference number, so that's unfortunate. Any other features to mention on this one? We have the trouble flag spring in place, so that's not missing. It doesn't have the spring that would be under that. That isn't present, or not spring. The screw that's under that isn't present, so there's that one missing. But that one's a real pain in the butt anyway, so no problem there. And not really all that much else to mention. Does come with the dust shield as well. This one's up, closes on Thanksgiving, and send questions through eBay if you have any.